What's up, guys? Back in the garage. I know I left you hanging on the last video, but my camera died. I did put a little note there, but sorry. But the motor is in. I had to take the intake off and the headers off to get it to fit, but it's all mounted in, all good to go. Good thing took the headers off anyway, because they ain't gonna work. We'll talk about that another day. Today, big jobs that we have on the docket. So the doors, yeah, they're red, but they're dented on the bottom. One's got a hole in it. I got some new doors out here. You'll see those after a while. I'm gonna clean them up and get them on so that I can get these to the scrap tomorrow. And another big job I want to get done today is mounting the radiator. I'd like to get that set up so that I can mount some other stuff in and get some other piping ran and what have you. We'll go through that after a while, but I want to thank you guys for sticking with the build. There's this one. I got another one coming behind it and some more truck stuff coming. So you guys just hang out, enjoy some time lapse, some more of me talking, and some good quality music. By God, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to jump into this and kind of think my way through some things, and then I'll get back with you. Alright, so I thought through some stuff, and I'm going to work on these doors first. I want to get these knocked out and get these out of here. But mainly, I want to try and get these cleaned up just in case I got to go to the store and get something a little bit more potent to get this old mildewy, tree sappy, gunky stuff off of this stuff. So don't mind the trunk. There's nothing wrong with that trunk. Don't mind this one. This one might be for a future thing. Alright, what it is, I might try to make my own drag spoiler, but we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. But here, I can show you the gunky stuff that was on here. I also put some soap on here just to see what would happen. This is gross. Long time, focus. There it is. Long time of sitting in a tree or wooded area, and I got these off the same car, and these doors actually came off fairly easy, if I'm honest. So I'm really hopeful that the other ones will go back on just as easy. Anyway, get these things cleaned up. I'm going to clean this up too while I'm at it. And this right here, you've probably seen, is the reason why I'm replacing them, because these dents all along here, down here on the bottom, and then this is a gigantic hole right there. And I need to get this stuff taken care of, get it cleaned up so that we can move along. I'm not gonna be able to do anything about this or this bottom piece, but it's got to look a little bit better once we're done painting or wrapping or dipping. I'm not sure what we're doing yet, but we're gonna be doing something. So enjoy the satisfying time lapse of pressure washing this stuff off. Probably ain't gonna take that long. Hopefully, if it takes a long time, then something went wrong. And then get these installed on the car and get these red ones out of here so that the scrap guy can take them tomorrow. Excellent. So you guys tune in to the time lapse. Alright guys, so these turned out so much better than I thought they would. I really do like the white. Rachel don't, so the car's not going white, so there it is, just the end of it. But no, this turned out really, really well. This is a nice metallic white paint. I actually haven't seen too many white ones, so that would be interesting, but it's not gonna happen. So anyway, they did come clean, really, really nice. Paint's pretty good on these doors. There's still actually a little bit of clear down there for protection. There's no rust on them. That sticker's got to come off because it won't match. And poor Bill Murray. The eye of Bill Murray is all that's left. That's it. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take the other ones off, get these on. No, I lied. The other side of those doors look just as bad as the outside. I'm gonna take specific care and try not to clean them too harshly, but yeah, they're gonna get the pressure washer too, because that's just how I do things. So flip that over into the grass, not to scratch the paint, because if we do cover it, you'll be able to see them. Pressure wash the door panels, and then I'll get these other ones off. So hopefully you guys found that satisfying. My kids watch those videos. I don't see the hype, but there it is nonetheless. Might not be the most traditional way to clean interiors, but I'm telling you, Jones Detailing, we get her done. We get her done. Just the speakers and the doors and the door locks and the windows that might not work, we'll find out. But I know that window will open, because I ain't seen one of those windows since my mom's 1994, I think, Plymouth Voyager. I didn't even know they still had them in 2000, and I think this came off 2007. But anyway, those are all done. I'm gonna let them dry out and get these other ones off. Alright guys, so the doors are off. I'm going to let those dry out there a little longer so that I don't bring more and moisture into the car. So actually what I'm going to do now, I think I'm going to pull the carpet out. This car looked just like those doors did, if you remember or you don't know. So I pressure washed the whole thing and I spot cleaned the inside, but I didn't pull the carpet out. Thought maybe I could get the smell out from it sitting. It had water in it, disgusting water, sitting especially right down in here for a long, long time. So I'm gonna pull the carpet out both sides, get that completely cleaned out and washed, pressure washed, and put a bunch of soap on it, and see if I can't let the sun and the soap do their job and hopefully get the smell out. Now I would just go and buy regular carpet or leave it carpetless, but the wife wants carpet, so she's gonna get that. And they don't make carpet for these, like, not readily available. You can custom order something. It will be $3,000 or estimating, but either way, it's going to be way more than what I was ever used to paying for old Honda stuff, and I ain't going to do that, so I might as well give it a shot at putting a little soap on something and seeing if the sun can work its UV magic on the bacteria and gross stuff that's happening in the carpet, and then, you know, maybe put it back in if the smell goes away. But until then, we are stinking up the place, especially now that the doors are off, not going to be coming off. It just smells like the whole garage. I'm gonna have to put some, like, I don't know, some penetrating oil down or something like that to cover up some of this smell. I'd rather smell that than this. So anyway, I'm gonna let that do that's job out there, and then I'll start pulling the carpet out of here. Alright guys, so I actually got, well, I actually got my helper out here right now. Say hi. Hi. Anyway, I think I found my smelly culprit, really. This was the padding that was back, which would be this footwell right here. And there's a lot of nasty stuff in on this. And a lot of black in here. Just not healthy. That white in there, that's all really hard. This was like soft up here, where this was probably up and out of the way of everything. But that right down there is hard as a rock. So I took the carpet out, obviously. Took the carpet out. And pressure washed the whole thing. And as I was pressure washing it, the actual insulation here was coming off. Actually, pressure washed off pretty easily. And it doing that turned it into a big ball of mush, which is super gross, if I'm honest. But there's some more black stuff in on this stuff. I just went ahead and took it all off. I'm gonna save these white foam pieces. And would you be quiet? Would you be quiet? Yeah, okay. And then that piece I'm not gonna sell. All this is gonna be tossed. It's all gonna be tossed. So Jones Detailing at it again. Cleaning up, getting this stuff done. And then as far as the inside goes, I sprayed this entire metal area down here with a little bit better mix than 50-50 on the bleach. But I got enough to do the other side, do one side at a time. But anyway, I think that should kill it. It's kind of already gone, but I think it has something to do with this insulation stuff. So I'm gonna let all that stuff dry. The weather's absolutely phenomenal out, and this is like the perfect day. So I'm glad I'm able to be out here and do this stuff. But man, just look at the day. Just look at it. And it's like 66 degrees or something like that. So I'm still sweating, but that's just because it's over 20. But anyway, right now, I think I'm gonna go and have a little lunch, feed this little booger something, and rip out the other side after that. Alright guys, so I'm gonna chime in. I had my ADHD brain kick in and thought, you know, it'd be a really good idea while these doors are off is to paint the door jambs, because this thing is gonna get wrapped or something. And even if I rattle can it, the worst case scenario or something like that, then the door jambs will already be done. So I went ahead and masked those off. Got this all good to go here. And then just for some help with some overspray, I might hold up a cardboard. I gotta see how well it's spraying. But again, it's just Rust-Oleum rattle can. No big deal, nothing special. This car is not meant to be, it's not meant to be prime show quality, you know. We just wanted to look decent, go drag race with it, have fun with it, not take it too serious. I might eat those words later. But anyway, we'll see how well everything lines out down the road. But for now, I just know that if this thing gets a really cool color and then we pop the doors open and it's red inside, a lot of people might see that, or I will see that, and that is enough people, and I'll drive them nuts. So anyway, I'm gonna rattle can this, then go get lunch. Alright guys, so the idea here is to take this off. There's 4 bolts that hold this on. Take this off and then utilize some bolt structure here so that I can just unbolt the lower radiator mount slash tow bar slash support and whatever I need it to be. I want it to be structurally sound to take a little bit of abuse if necessary, because I'd rather the pipe take abuse and get dented, scratched up, whatever, versus shred the bottom of the radiator. So anyway, I'm going to unbolt this thing, take it off, and then look at this webbing here on this core support and see what I can get rid of to facilitate more the lean, but push it this way further because I'm hindered down here. I can't cut this whole unit out because I need it for the hood latch. I did think possibly just tying the hood latch to the front of the bumper here, being able to, then I could get rid of all this and get it further this way even more. That may need to happen later down the road when this gets swapped out for something different or whatever. We'll still have to see. But right now I'm going to take this off, and hopefully it comes off as easy as I pray that it comes off as easy as looking. And then look at where we got to cut and go from there. Alright guys, so I'm just going to jump in here. I'll show you what I cut out. Cut out up into here. Obviously you can see the grind lines where I try to make it less likely to slice you open. So I cut about from here and then up into there and then down. I don't mind that. That's actually, this is where it must have just scratched it. Here, very same thing, goes all the way up there and over. The metal was a little bit different over here than it was over here. So it looks a little bit different anyway. Then I hammered all this stuff around and kind of back so that it made it nice and round. So if you reach your hand in there, it's not going to slice you. I kind of bend it up and around the end of that. And now I slice 2 lines just in this pinch right here. And I'm going to bend this down and then come over here and bend this down over here a little bit. I got one cut here and a cut back here. All I need to do is just make a little bit more room for this right here. Need to make it so that this, give me like at least 1/4 of an inch on each side. Not much, but I'd really hate for that radiator to be rubbing up against the metal like that, because this metal will win over top of aluminum. So I'm gonna hammer that down and then be fully equipped to put this in here and start staging it. I might have to come back here and trim some off of this corner, because this will be a hard corner. Then I might beat that down or cut it off. This one I'm not so worried about. because the fuse box is there. We got no business being there anyway. So anyway, and then I'll start setting up under here how I'm going to stage the radiator as far as leaning it back and stuff. And even with the car sitting right here, the bottom of the car is still level, so I'm still good to go there. So I will set this down and we'll just keep on working. Alright guys, so I seen this video on YouTube about using these Harbor Freight pipe benders, and we're gonna follow. There's 3 of them, they all said the same thing, so hopefully 4th time's a charm for us. So what we did is we took play sand, which is over there on the back of the truck, and then we filled an 1.5 tube. We filled it completely full of sand. What these tend to do is kink on the inside and stretch in, pulls in on the outside of the bend. So we filled the whole thing full of sand. Hopefully what that does is keep the shape that we're trying to go for. So we'll find out how that turns out in a minute, but we'll get this thing laid out here and get it bent up and see how it fits the way we need it to. This is the first time using this, any of this, which is I was taught with hydraulic stuff, so this will be the first time going this route. For note, it's an 1.5 pipe, and then we have an 1.25 die on it. They said that that was the best one to use, so we can get a tight 90 degree. I don't know, but we'll see how it turns out. Alright guys, so I don't remember where I've updated since now, but we had to make some phone calls to some more people that were in the know. So bad luck. So that happened there. It kinked just like it, the whole plan that I had for it not to. So we're gonna try revised plan. We're gonna put a lot of heat to it and try to use the correct side die. Now don't come at me, but yeah, we're gonna use the correct side die. Load it up with heat, still got sand in it, and see what we can do. I think we're gonna go a little bit slower. We're gonna watch the center point to see if it comes off of the die or not, and then if it does, then I think we're gonna do some hacking and welding to get this thing done, because we're not trying to save somebody's life with this. We're just trying to protect a radiator in a small unfortunate accident. So, because if it gets wrecked in there, this ain't gonna protect anything else. It's gonna get beat up and banged up anyway. So, all right, well, back to another long time lapse. Alright guys, so that didn't work. Heat, all this stuff didn't work, so contacted another guy, asked him what he thinks we should do, and we're going to create gaps, bring the pipe up, So heat, pull the pipe up, get the angle we need, tack it together. That will work. So we're gonna get busy cutting. The camera's about to die, so I'm gonna put the battery on the charger. Don't really need to time lapse any of that. You guys seen enough of that. But when we get to the point of bending it up, I will go ahead then and tacking and stuff. I should have enough battery charge to do that. So we'll see you guys when we're ready for all that.